Kahe officer IPS ka Kong Idashisha Nongrang kala Shimti kum ka Director General of Police DGP bathymmai ka Meghalaya ha ka arpho tarik jemang da ka bapen pauru ya ki thong ki bahak mat e ki jongka. Habakeren Shakilab Thai Kubor, Kakong Nongrang Kadei Ru Kakentei Baning Kong E Naki Officer IPS Kaban Shimti ya kanekakam kabahak lidu katanat pulit kalaong. Ngam tharai ba ka jinglong DGP ka kentei kadei ka jingdon ya ki kendon ne kerdan Henry kum ka officer kentei bat kum ka longkumi ngasngo ba ki kentei ki don yala ka jong ka benta ka bapher bat ngan pendan kam ya ka ban pentikna ba ki kentei kin sngo shngan kumju ban pynneh ya ka shongsuk kongsan bat ban penyajan ya ka jingya dei hapdeng ki pulit bat ki pat ba halor ka jingken rei jong ki kam bamman kalaong wat hadin ki jing persyang borba ha kini kisnam ki balalit no Henry ki kam bamman kim shim lahir Henry kilanang ki upenban bat ngim shim lala ban poi syakathong kumbangi kerman kumta ngasngo bangi dei ban phaidin biang halor kumnu bangin shim ye ki sinjam bat le se ban perkhat thama halor kilat kilenti ban te lakam hakabaya dei bat kani ka benta Kakong Nongrang kalapan paru halor ka jingdan kam ban penklan ya ka jing terekam jong katanat sentiat namar klem kani katanat an amla ban pendap ya ki kamram ki badai ban kanjo syakathong Kala ongru ba ka nong ba shlong ka badai tang ka jakarung na ka benta ki kam khai drok Henry menta kala kala long ka nong pendan kam bat wat hadin ka jingyo kurup ki ba klem sange Henry katanat pudit kam shimlala ban penkot ya ki kam khai drok Katanat Anti-Narcotic Task Force ANTF kala trebor ba haki babon tali ki kes Henry kam shimladan satya kanu ka jingkala kala ong nalor kata kala penpauru halor ka jingdan kam ki long yeng long sam bat ka imlang ka salang bakin yasnok tilang ha ka jinga kon persha ya ka jing shir khei jong udrong ha bakali ha ka bayade bat ki kam khai do yong bean kani ka DGP bathymmai ka jilla kala ong ba ki don shibun ki jing betha na kalyang ka sarkar bat ki don ru ki jing betha na kalyang ka yeng bishar kat ba na kalyang ki bor pulit kilayai persyang bante lakam ya ki bakum kini ki kam bean ha ka bayade ba ka jing shimra jong ka kinhun king atyar hinyo trap National Liberation Council HNLC ban mi no na ka jinga krenya suk ka DGP kala ong ha ka bayade ba ka jinga krenya suk kadai ka jing shimra jong ka sarkar kabala kren sha ba ki yai ple ya ka lenti sha ka jinga krenya suk hoot ngilayo iru ya ka jinga krenya suk bat ke ANVC kabala kutno da ka jinga te kular hapdeng ka sarkar pedeng sarkar jala bat ke ANVC Ngilayo iru ya ka jing ha ka ban pentre kam ya ka te ka jingate kular. Ngila shim kam ru ya ka GNLA bat ngila don ru bun teli ka jinga kerenya suk bat ka GNLC bat ki kenhun ki barin. Kumta ha ka bayade bat ka HNLC bat halor ka jinga kerenya suk na tharai ka jinga keren ka babiang tam ka de bat ka sarkar. Kumju halor ki kam dawa pisa jubor jong ka HNLC ka Nongrang kalaong kinong yalam ka HNLC hi kilapan sya bakim don kti ha kani ka kam bat ka jing tokit benia halor kani kandang yai beteng la ki de shisha maki ne ki wepan ki bashim kabu ha ka kerteng jong ka seng ha ka ju ko por kalayai ban ru ba ka jing pan phai pat ya ki samla ki basha yalam bakla sya ka lenti ka badai kam dei satya tang ka kamram jong ki pulit Katanat pulit kalaya troy lang ringkat bat ki borsnong, lembat ki weipat ki kinhun hapo ka imlang ka salang, bat kumta ka day banlong ka sinjam ka kongsan na ka benta ban pentik na bagi samla kin amsya yalam bakla, ong syusyu kani ka klidu katanat pulit. Kani ka DGP bathymmai ka badai ka officer IPS jong usnam khandai spa khandai puar, bat kalawan bujli ha ka jaka jong Dr. LR Bishnoi, ubala syong thaitno ha ka khandai ter jemang, bat kan syakri ha kani ka kam na ka benta ars nam kenti.
I don't think the female DGP is any criteria for or qualification for being DGP. The fact of the matter is I've put in more than 30 years of service. So DGP, I don't think female is anything like that. But yes, as one of the I hate this first thing business. But as a female officer, as a woman, I feel very strongly that women have a very different perspective, and I will try to use that perspective to ensure that women themselves feel much better. I mean, feel much safer, not better, much safer, and improve the accessibility which we have, which I know is very, there's a lot of room for improvement on the accessibility of the police to the public. Immediate challenges, I would say, is like I've mentioned in some other forum, that the impression of, the perception, rather the impression, the perception that the Meghalaya police is hostile to the people. Let me put it very bluntly. Correcting that influence, that perception, and to ensure that the people the police are accessible, are there to help you and not to harass you. In fact, to this end, we would be having a kind of an open house every week, one day of the week between 11 and 1. Most probably it will be on a Thursday. I would love if you would disseminate this information. We would be having open house in the sense that anybody who can walk in, who wants to meet the DG, I will give them a hearing. I will meet them personally. Other days, of course, they would have to take appointments, but most probably it would be a Thursday between 11 and 1 o'clock, and it could spill over. 11 to 2 most likely, that would be more today. 11 to 2 you would be I would be accessible to the. When it comes to intelligence, we always feel that the less said the better. So I would not like to comment on how we go about collecting our intelligence. But rest assured that intelligence is a focus area for us, and without intelligence we will not be able to really do our duties to the extent that we would like to. Earlier, we are trying to drill down and see and focus on what are the issues, because in some cases, in some districts, we have seen an improvement. In some districts we haven't. For example, take for us, we at one point of time we have been trying to identify the hotspots. At one point of time, it was Giant Hills, East Giant Hills more than anywhere else, and then surprisingly West Khasi Hills. But West Khasi Hills, when we had focused on West Khasi Hills, the kind of a special team was constituted just to look into crime against women, especially POCSO cases. It did show a lot of improvement, but somehow the momentum we've lost. And we need to have like I was saying earlier, we need to have a relook and a rethink as to maybe there's something that we could do better. There are some things which we need to change, but that I would be able to talk about only after some time, not immediately. When it comes to misguided youth, I don't think it is only the duty of the police to be making efforts to show them a different path. It's something which the police has to work together with society, has to work together with other concerned well-meaning groups. And it should be a concerted effort, and we should be looking at having a synergy in ensuring that the youth, as you say, are not misguided. A lot over, especially in the recent past, it's very disturbing, especially to me, because with my experience earlier in Giant Hills, and subsequently in East Khasi Hills, Shillong was usually a transit point, but now it's become a consumer, and despite all the seizures and everything we've not really been able to make a dent into actually the supply system. While there have been very commendable efforts by the ANTF in some cases, but in a number of cases we've not really taken we've not been able to take the action that we needed to take, and we've been faulted at a number of instances in court. Our cases have not held up, so that deterrence factor is not there. Yes, drugs and the issue of drugs, especially the increasing crimes related because of the drug usage, especially amongst the youth and different sections of society, that is a concern which affects not only us, but it would affect not only our generation, but it would. I've seen what the effect that drugs has on at least 2-3 generations after this also. So it's something that we need to work together very closely, not only with the law enforcement, the other agencies that are involved in the fight against drugs, but also especially with the families and the society at large. But we would like to drill down to the families, because one thing I've noticed about us is we like to talk about it, but we don't really do much about it. And when it comes to my family, it's okay, no, it's not to be discussed. That is only one of the aspects I would say as to how we would go about, how best to tackle the drug menace. Yes, if we could get them at the entry point, yes, nothing like it. But the fact of the matter is we have a very porous thing, and and the national highway passes through Meghalaya. So there are limitations on the amount of checking you can do, and drugs is something that is so easy to conceal. So unless there's very specific information, even if we could be checking the right vehicle, but unless we know where to look, it's very difficult to be. Cybercrime. Cybercrime, yes. In fact, I was just discussing this with some of my officers before I came in here. Cybercrime is something that we are very limited with. Thankfully, one of the positive sides of the fact that we do not have that good connectivity is that the level of cybercrime vis-a-vis Meghalaya is not as high as in some other states, especially when you talk about frauds, whether it is bank frauds, whether it is people being duped into giving information about saying or transferring money, etc., etc. Cybercrime is something that we're working very closely with the Government of India. I4C has been coordinating. We do have a number of nodal officers. There have been a number of SOPs that have been put in place. But like you said, despite all of this, we've seen an increase in cybercrime. So yes, that would be another focus area. And we have sent some people in for training for handling, but cybercrime is such that it's such a fast, it keeps evolving. One modus operandi is being used in one instance, 2, 3 instances successful, then we move on to something else. So we have to keep updating ourselves on that also. So that is something that is an ever-changing challenge, and we are trying, but not very much success on that.
But is government investing into dealing with cybercrime? Is it enough, the investment that the government is giving as of now?
I can talk to you about how the government investment, as you say, 2 years back. But I presume at that point of time, yes, I would say yes, it was not as much as what we had wanted. But I've been told that in the last couple of years that there has been an increase. So I will look into that and see whether we need to go back to the government as to whether there is necessity for augmentation of that or not. I think that there has been improvement in that, especially when it comes to NDPS cases. But for the other cases, no, we still have to send out. Ballistics and Chemicals Division, I know, is pretty good. We're not sending cases regarding that out. But when it comes to forensic evidence, when it comes to DNA or anything like that, then we do have to send it out. And also, cybercrime forensics is not so great at the moment. We are working on that. I think I'll have to recuse myself from that. Where the peace talks are concerned, it is a decision which the government has made very clear that they are very open to peace talks. As the DGP of the state, yes, we have seen HNLC, we have faced them. Yes, we have also seen peace talks with the ANVC, and which ended with a tripartite agreement. We've also seen the problems of implementing that agreement. We've also dealt with GNLA, and we didn't have any kind of peace talks with the GNLA, and a number of other other groups. So where HNLC is concerned and peace talks is concerned, I think the right person to talk to would be the government in this case. On that, the demand notes of HNLC, the HNLC themselves have come out with the clarification that it is not them. That verification is going on, whether it's actually them or it's an offshoot or it's somebody mimicking the HNLC. Investigation is going on, our inquiries are going on. I would like to leave it at that. Get back to you on that, Jose, because illegal coal mining, we've had numerous instructions from the government. The NGT has been there, you've had the Justice Category Committee, which continues. The reports that have come out, the court injunctions, the court orders that have come, the instructions that have come from court, while the police has been, trying to control it. Here also, it's a question for a large number of people, a large section of society, it's a question of livelihood. So how best we balance the livelihood issue and the illegal part of it? Yes.